All right, there we go. How old are you?
27.
27. All right, what's your disagreement?
I mean, I've been listening to a lot of what's been being said, and I kind of I have more questions now than I started. I've known a lot of women. Well, some of the women do have. Well, a lot of the women that have spoken don't have children, and they look at themselves as, stronger women. And what's the issue of not getting a man? My thing is more of, I have a child. I'm 7. I started my family.
You have one? How many?
1.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I have 1 child. I started my family very young.
Okay.
Single mother, but I was in a long-term relationship.
Okay.
I do want to settle down with a man,
Okay.
but I kind of have similar questions as to the other women that ask, like, how do you find a man?
Well,
And
you want to settle down or you want to be married?
I want to be married. I don't want to have pointless relationships.
Do you want any more children?
Eventually, yes. When I am able to, but it goes back to when I am able to provide for my children on my own. But I also know that a marriage is a partnership, which is kind of what I'm not used to seeing.
Do you want any more children?
Say that again?
Do you want any more children?
Yes.
See, okay. And how old is your child?
She is 9.
All right. How many more children would you like to have after you're married?
2. Maybe.
Huh?
1 for sure. 1 for sure.
Okay. And what city or state do you live in?
I live in Mass.
What, Massachusetts? Boston?
Boston.
All right. So, did you go to college?
I did, yes.
Graduate as well?
I'm in classes to graduate with my bachelor's.
And what are you going to do with your bachelor's?
Right now I'm in psych and criminal justice.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ. Psych, criminal justice, communications.
Yes.
Psych, criminal justice, communication, nursing, marketing.
So that's what I'm doing right now.
Criminal justice, psychology, social. All right, so you want to eventually be married. Okay, so you want to have another kid after you're married. All right, cool. And after you're married, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with your next child? Do you want to have to work after you're pregnant and married?
Do I want to have to work?
Mm-hmm.
I am. That should be a simple yes or no.
It should be. It's a yes or no. Do you want to have to work? Yes or no? Do you want to get your pregnant self out of bed and go to work 5 days a week?
I would like a man to,
Okay. So that's a yes or no. Do you want to have to work, or do you want to be able to not have to work?
Not have to work after the pregnant.
What percentage for a family of 2 kids, or family 4? What percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
I would want to pull my equal parts.
What percentage is that?
I can't. I don't know how to answer that.
Well, what?
Because
let me ask you this way then. Mm-hmm. If you never get married, what percentage of your overall financial load are you going to have to be responsible for?
100%.
Well, then you can answer it the other way around. After marriage, what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
I would be good with. I'm good with, I want to do 50-50.
All right, so 50-50 means you would have to work during pregnancy. Means morning sickness, everything else. You'd have to get up, because if your check ain't coming in, if I took half the chairs off of this seat, it will fall. That means you got to work until 65, retirement. You don't get to not work, because if you stop, we take a halfway hit. Your income is critical. Is that what you're saying? You want to be responsible for the next 40 years?
No. So, okay, I'm gonna say something, and of course, you're going to let me know your feedback, right? I would want my husband to be able to financially provide for his family if needed. However, I would still like to provide for my
That's not the
family.
way this works. Not the way this
So, how,
works. That's the problem. You ladies speak out of both sides of your mouth when the reality is, I don't want to have to be financially responsible. I want to contribute, but if I choose to not want to, or if I'm not able to, I don't want us to miss a beat. That's the effing truth. And you
yeah,
get to the outcome you want by saying the truth. You don't sit there by playing these games.
I think it comes from, I mean, I can't speak for everyone else, but I think it comes from the uncertainty because I've already done the whole,
I
I,
get it, but I get the uncertainty, man. But the fact of the matter is, you can't find what you're looking for until you define what it is.
that is true. That is true.
So if you want to be responsible, see, I ask questions that you ladies never that you don't think about, but I know you're thinking about them. You just don't want to say, I don't want to have to get up and go to work when I'm pregnant. I want to have the ability to not have to work and be all right. I want to be able to have those options. If I decide I want to work from home or do nothing, I don't want us to miss a beat. I don't want me not working to cause us any real stress. All right, then how much is a man going to need to make to pay for a family of 4 in Boston?
A whole lot of money.
What is that?
um, Realistically, a family of four,
Kids having cars at 16, college funds, weddings for daughters. Yep, all that. How much is that going to cost? Plus trips, plus family vacations, Christmas, retirement. How much all that going to cost?
for each child is like,
No, how much is he going to need to make annually?
and annually.
How much is he going to need to cover a family of 4?
I see where this is going. Over 100 and well over 100,000.
100,000 barely gets you done in Boston.
Yeah, well, I just like, I don't know. I don't know how much that would. Which,
Well, if you don't know what it is, how you gonna find it?
okay.
How much do you think? You want to live in an apartment or you want to live in a house?
I don't live in a home.
Do you want to have a car?
Yes, I have.
No. Do you want to share a car, or you want your own vehicle?
I want my own vehicle.
He has his own vehicle. Do the kids get cars?
The kids must get cars at some point.
Right. What kind of car do you want to drive? You want to drive a Hugo? You want to drive a Pontiac? What do you want to drive? Or you want to drive something nice?
This may sound basic. I don't really care much about
Well, it don't matter how basic it sounds, it still has to be bought. How much is the man going to need to be able to buy all this? Annually.
for a family of 4. I keep making like 350.
Thank you. This is the thing, guys. Ladies as well. You can't find what you don't define. And the problem is, you ladies are all looking for men who are making this income that's that high. And what percentage of men in this country earn $300,000 or more? Out of 100%, what percentage?
In this country, less than 2%.
Right. So you and every other woman is looking for the same the one guy out of 100. This is why you can't find him. Because that one guy, you're all looking for him. Then what does he want from a woman? Hold on. What does the kind of man who's making that kind of money want from a woman? And what? So the reason I ask questions this way is because it takes you ladies out of your me focused, and you got to put yourself over there. What are the likelihood you're going to be able to attract a man making that kind of money and get him to marry you and put you in that lifestyle? And if you can't get that, is there no middle ground?
Well, I think for some women, if they're just strictly set on this is like, I mean, it's of course important to know what you want, but it's also important to understand that if you want to attract a man that in that sense, you need to build
You'd be
yourself
good.
up.
You would be good making. You'd be good meeting a guy making about $60,000 a year.
Okay.
The average black man makes 42,005. The average white guy makes 50. You be good making somebody who's above average. And that's and see that did not used to be an insult to women, but today it's like if I can't have this house and this car and this lifestyle, because then I'm gonna start asking the hard questions. What do you have to bring to the table that a man wants that
Mm-hmm.
you haven't given to another man? And this is where it gets rough because you've already had a child, you've already
Mm-hmm.
had sex, everything you got to offer a man.
Was
Oh,
already good. I mean, that's the truth.
and then you're
That's
not looking for a man, you're looking for a stepfather. So
which it kind of elevates the bar. It's
it means it lowers your value. That means you have to understand that the men are more valuable. So, and the thing is, when I ask these financial questions, what it shows is you ladies are putting little to no thought into even the foundation of a man. You damn sure ain't putting any thought into what you gonna do for him. It's
mm-hmm.
all about what I want, is what women want, and I'm not thinking about what the men want.
I mean, as far as my concern goes, I think my thing is I think of both ends, right? But I really need to focus on what am I going to get? What am I going to attract? How will I
What do you?
attract?
No, 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 no. Wrong.
Okay,
You
so
need to be thinking about what you got to be thinking about what you're going to give.
well, yeah, that's
You
what
said
I
what you want to get.
no, what I so, oh, okay. So in order for me to get what I want, I need to step up and do things in order to attract that. Do you understand?
Where's your child's father?
He's he's in her life.
Okay. Bottom line is, we look at your children as liabilities. They're not assets to us. Liabilities. Liability. Don't care how much you love them. They cost us the same. Liabilities. We don't like them. We don't want your liabilities. We don't want to put because think about it. Let's say you and I are married, right? You married an old guy, right? You have my son. Every dollar I make, I got to split 50 cents with that man's kid. Why do I, as an alpha male, high value man, whatever, want to be putting my hard earned resources into that mother sucker's kid and
Okay.
taking from my child? Why do I want to have to? So if I were to say Kevin Jr. gets a car, he gets a BMW. Your kid, oh, he get a bike. You can't do that. You got to treat him the same. Shit, his daddy need to do something for him. That ain't fair, is it? See how that work? But yet when that little joker does something, the police gonna be calling my house. I got to put a roof over his head and feed. See, what you have to do is you have to make this situation appealing enough to I'd say, all right, I'll take on your little liability. You're gonna have to make it such a good deal to where I skip over all the women who are childless and liabilityless to get in with this liability that's never going to pay off for me. His last name is his daddy's last name. Her last name is her daddy's last name. You got to think about it from the man's standpoint. And you got to make sure that child is well behaved. Never give me a problem because you ain't going to want me disciplining them now, are you? Right. So that little sucker better not ever cause me a moment of grief. As soon as he says something out of line, you better shut up. Big Daddy pay for all this and shut up. See, and that ain't how y'all think. It's like we come with a package deal. And that's how men are looking at this. They can't risk saying it, but that's what they really think.
Mm. I mean, I've already had that. Like I've already considered that. Which is the whole like dating with a child is not something that I would
And
do.
how old is your child again?
She's 9.
You might have to wait another 9 years. Because most men certainly don't want to be stepping into a prepubescent female. Oh, hell no. No, no, no. Mr. Kevin, You get mad because he got a baby, then all of a sudden come home. He was looking at me. That's all she gotta do is say something. Next thing you're not risking everything. Hell no. That's the world men live in, man. See, and the reason I'm saying all this is you ladies got to understand the position you're putting men in. This is why it is better or more reasonable to stay with the men you already have children with, because any man that comes after that is going to be put at risk. These children know that they can dial 911. They know the system. They know how this stuff works. It may not be right, but it happens every day. So how are you going to make your children, how are you going to make your daughter an asset to another man? How are you going to make your baby daddy and this man not in conflict? Because do y'all still speak?
My daughter's father and
Mm-hmm.
I do my best to co-parent with him.
Mm-hmm. Has he got a wife?
No.
So he still thinks he can hit the draws anytime he wants to.
Oh no, he knows he
Yeah,
cannot.
right. Yeah, okay, whatever. We all know that's not true. Every man who has a child with a woman knows that's not true. We imprint on you guys. That's just how it works. That's just how it works, man. That's how it works. Especially the first kid. It ain't popular to say, but every man who's had a child with especially the first kid, in the back of their mind, like, if she didn't think she'd get caught, it's just how it works. That's how nature is. And men know that.
Okay, so all right, so generally all right, so with women that have children,
Mm-hmm.
we just have to find a way to make ourselves, we have to work a lot harder.
Yes, as you should. Because
I mean,
as you should, because a man who's marrying a woman with a liability has to put himself at substantial. Immediately dating you, he does not get benefit of having you without a kid. There is no honeymoon period. Your kid is in the wedding somehow. There's no just coming home and getting busy on the coffee table or the kitchen table because that kid is there. I never get to have the childless version of you. We don't get a chance to just say, you know what? Let's just go on a plane and go to Paris for the weekend. There's always something. There's always we got to make provision. I don't get the benefit of the freedom of a woman. I always got this, and you're gonna have to pay for that. Every time we sit down, we need a table for 3. I don't like what they got on the menu. They have French fries. I want a grilled cheese. We're going out to a 5-star restaurant. Do they have a kids menu? I've been there. And you know what I'm saying, as jokingly as I'm saying, you're like, damn, you're right. I can't put on my little black dress and the pump. I got a 2-seater car. Where your kid gonna sit on the spoiler? Strap her ass on the hood. That's the point. So yeah, I gotta think about it that way. It's not and when more women start to think about how can I make myself an asset, a feminine asset to a man, and I have to make my child more than not just a liability. I have to make this an asset situation. And women who think like that are going to be more appealing to marriage-minded men. Because what men want more than anything else is to know that you ladies have thought about us and what we're versus the average woman is saying, do for me. That's how you'll separate yourself.
I agree with you 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
All right, ma'am. I hope this was helpful. It's almost 1 o'clock. I gotta run. All
Great
right.
night.
Bye-bye.